Hey guys, so welcome. So how to restart the economy and your business effectively. So one of the issues we've got right now, one of the issues we're all facing is the fact that we can't really do much at all. If you're in a business that's been basically shut down and you can't trade normally, you may be at 100% down, you may be at 30% down, you may be at 70% down. Who knows for your individual business? I've got various businesses and they range from absolute zero to in fact doing better right now, and they're busier than they were before. So the reality is, there's a broad spectrum. So what I'm going to talk about today is not specific to your business, but the general issues that I feel you're going to face as we start to restart the economy. Because right now, the economy's, the pause button has been pressed. Okay, so effectively we're all sitting here going, what do we do? Let's do some Zoom, let's share some memes, let's do all these sort of things, spend some time with the kids, whatever it is, or let's stress, worry, and be full of fear, which obviously we know isn't productive. But look, the real problem is this: is right now most of the governments around the world are helping us out, because the pause button's been pressed. What they're doing is they're funding us through welfare programs, through furloughing, through government loans and incentives, or bank loans or incentives. There's a whole range of measures across the world, all different countries doing all different things. And you know what? Generally, that's a really positive thing. That's never happened before. The very fact that they are looking at the individual and the small business and really investing in those is fantastic. For the most part, the response, and if you look at the 2008 response in the recession there, it was very much, let's help the top and it will trickle down. Well, that failed dismally. What the top guys did was they took that money, they bought back their shares, they paid massive bonuses, and it didn't trickle down. And there was a decade of pain for most countries, So how can we restart this? And look, the real problem is this, and this is what I would say, you need to really warn you, wary or be wary of this, and that is simply this: is that anytime somebody gives you a handout, okay, whether it's a cash handout, whether it's an in-kind, whether it's paying for rent or whatever the handout is, it creates a dependency relationship. And the problem with that is you can kick back and go, hey, this is pretty good. I'm not having to go to work. I'm only earning 80% of what I was, but you know what? I don't have to go to work. I don't have to travel. I don't have to do this sort of thing. Things are pretty good. Sure, I'm isolated in the home, but you know what? It's great. I've got this money coming in. Hey, I'm potentially saving money. Some of the guys that I've been speaking to are in a better position now than they were before. Okay, guard against that. Both for you and your staff. You've got to keep active. You've got to keep focused on where we are going, not where we are right now. Now, sure. Look, I'm all for taking a bit of a break and recharging the batteries and, refocusing on the priorities that should have been priorities but have been getting eclipsed by work and, the pursuit of career and things like that. But look, bottom line is this, is that we're in pause mode now. Now, once the governments around the world say, right, let's press the play button again, what happens? Well, if you're a sales business like our business is, I have a sales business where basically we start the month at zero. And the sales cycle takes about 3 months. Okay? So for that particular business, if the government says, right, press play, furlough stops, you're now on your own, I have got 3 months now, to fund that business. Now, if you think about it this way, I had 2 months where basically I've had to pay all the costs for 2 months now, and I haven't had any government grants or anything like that, and yet I haven't had the income coming in. Now I've got various streams of income, and a lot of business owners will have various streams of income where they're not just relying upon one, the cash coming in on a day-to-day basis. They might have, a longer term, and then they may have, a whatever. But there's different types of cash flow, and hopefully you've set yourself up. If you haven't, then take that lesson away. How can you get various streams of income? So if one of those is attacked, one of those is destroyed, one of those goes to zero, you've still got another one coming in, which gives you time to pivot, to act, to change. And that's really what we need to do. But anyway, if it's too late to do that, fine. But the issue is cash flow, because for those businesses that take 3 months to get up and running, or 2 months, travel businesses, at the end of the day, when they say press play on the economy, all of a sudden people go, oh, you know what, I'll probably hang over for another 3 months before I start going on holidays, just want to make sure my finances are all right, or maybe the holidays that I had booked, I'm not going to go on now because I can't afford them because it's taking too much of my cash. All these sort of businesses like that are going to need cash. And what I would say is this, you've got to look at your business, look at your business cycle, work out how you can get cash in sooner, potentially pay cash out later. And I'm not talking about not paying people, because the problem is if everyone stops paying people, then the whole business, and that will cause a recession. We don't want that. We want to bounce back as quickly as possible in whichever country you are. So, as best you can, pay later, collect earlier, and that may be through giving a discount, offering discounts. It may be through going to your accounts payable and having negotiating with them on their terms. Whatever that is, whatever that looks like in your business. So the idea is that what you need to really be doing is getting ready for this potentially, 1, 2, 3. Even, I had a mate of mine who used to sell aircraft, and it's a 12-month to 2-year cycle. So, if he's been furloughed, it hasn't been nurturing customers, or those customers now have changed because some of them have gone bust, their businesses aren't performing. I mean, one of our friends, they've got 27 stores, and they've actually had to now, they've got 17 in one country, 27 in the other. The 17 in one country, they've shut up, and there's no intention to continue. That's it, it's gone. So that business is gone. So and the 27 stores have shut down totally too. I mean, they're still looking to reopen those, or getting rid of some of them and reopening. But this is the reality that we may be facing when we come back in, and that's why I think it's now that we need to start thinking about when we press the play button, and what it is to you to do. And look, I think the real thing is, for me, look, there's a whole range of issues, because it's not only that, it's like you may have run down your inventory and now you're using your cash to stay afloat, and then you need more cash to buy inventory, so that's going to take time to build up. So you've got to factor in all these sort of things. Look at your own business and work that out, because this is really, really essential wherever you are in the world, okay? Now, what are the things we can do? So first of all, I think positive attitude. You've got to have a positive attitude. If you're reading the media, looking at the news and all that sort of stuff, it is so negative. It's just going to get you down, So get some good quality information around you about your business, about what's going on, when things are likely to open up, but stay positive in that. Get some good mentors, some good people around you that are talking things up, that are going through what you're going, and talk to them about how they're dealing with this sort of things. I mean, at the end of the day, my businesses are in property, but yet what I'm talking to you about now is entrepreneurship, because I think this is the coalface of what entrepreneurship is about changing with whatever comes at you, And so I think this is really, really important. So positive attitude, 100%, absolutely have to. Otherwise, you're going to be down in the doldrums, And at the end of the day, the next one is pivot your business, If that means that what was, may now have changed to something else, so pivot. Now, the warning I'll give about pivoting is this. There is so much opportunity out there, and you're going to say, we could do this, and we could do that, and we could do that. What I would say is be very cautious about changing your core business. Unless your core business is no longer viable, then I would stick to your core business and potentially keep that, and maybe look at changing the way income comes in. So, if you're selling a 3-month product that takes 3 months to nurture, and then you haven't been nurturing for 3 months, so it's going to take that much to restart, well, then look for something that brings cash in immediately. Maybe now create a course, an online course that you can sell and bring money in 7 days. So look at the way you can pivot the business, but be careful not to pivot. I mean, if an online course is not what you're going to be able to do, and you've got no idea about it, then don't do it. Find something else. It may be, for one of the businesses, we're looking at tire stores that potentially are going broke, or that haven't been able to survive, that now, so what we're starting to look at is the ones that are in problems, and maybe what we can do is go and buy their stock really cheap, so we get cheaper stock, because obviously tire prices have gone up, so that's pivoting. That's a good pivot, because all of a sudden we're not changing the core business, we're just going, there's an opportunity over here, yes, we'll take that and we'll put that into there, and we can put it out there. That's the correct way to pivot. But it may be a total pivot. It may be this was a core business, and now that is the future of the business. So you've got to look at these sort of things. I think the key thing now is to build a war chest, okay, as best as possible. Now, if that means you've got to go to the bank, I know in the UK they've got some fantastic CBILS, which is Coronavirus Business Interruption Loan Scheme. Australia's got the same. So most countries have the same, where there's a loan scheme. And one of my attitudes has been, if someone's prepared to give you money, take as much as you can. Now, that doesn't mean take it and use it on personal stuff. That means, take it and grow your business. Because now is the time to be setting up. Now, there's not much you can do right now necessarily, but as soon as we come back, if you can hit the ground running with a plan, with massive action, and that's what I'd say is the final three things is so get that war chest in place, but then and not then, but at the same time, and actually probably before you start getting that war chest and loaning money and that sort of thing, is get a plan together. Yeah, plan out what it is and where you're going to take your business, or where you're going to take your life. And this works for personal as well. Whether it be a change in career, whether it be whatever, there's going to be huge turmoil coming out and massive opportunities. Right now, we're not seeing it. Most of the governments have done the right thing by supporting its citizens whilst this pause button is on. But when the play button starts, then the chips are down, and how well you perform then is where millions are made. Yeah? And so you want to be one of those people that bounces back quickly and takes that opportunity there. So look, and actually what I would say is this, for the most part, for most entrepreneurs and most of us, we've been working our guts out, and that hasn't changed. And that's not just the entrepreneurs, that's everybody have been working their guts out. So take some time to recharge, take some time to smell the roses, as they say, because you've probably got a month or two before things are going to get back up. So if you take 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks of that and just relax, recharge your batteries, focus on your health, focus on your relationships, call up a mate, do a virtual meeting, beers, on a Friday, or on tomorrow we've got a bake-off, Harleen, my wife, organised that, but we've got a bake-off happening on, a virtual meeting bake-off, which is, that sort of stuff is awesome. Recharge your batteries, but then get in, plan out how you're gonna come out of this, and how you're gonna fund it, how you're gonna, everything about it, how you're gonna do the marketing, if you need to learn anything new, new skills, whatever, get on and learn them, and that's the time when to do it. So plan out that, and then, take massive action. Now, obviously the pause button's on, so you can't really necessarily take huge action now, but once that play button press, you want to be out of the gate straight away. And so hopefully, if you start thinking about, well, hold on, what is my sales cycle? How long is it going to take to start getting cash back in? Do I need to change the income streams that I've got? Take advantage of this or do that. That is the key right now. All right, guys, hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight into what entrepreneurs and what, in fact, everyone should be thinking, because you can be thinking about your own business. Imagine if you come up with fantastic ideas to help your business out and tell your boss that and work with your boss to get it done right now. Imagine what he's going to think when we're all through this and there's a promotion to be given, or there's a pay rise to be given, or even go to them with a proposal and a plan to say, hey, I'm willing to do this and create this income stream while we're, on pause button, but this is what I want. It's amazing the negotiation power you can have if you've got a great idea and you're prepared to put the effort and everything behind that to make it a success. Yeah. So guys, get out there. Well, maybe not get out there. Recharge your batteries, plan, and then get ready to get out there. And let's all make this, a huge success, which it could be. All right, guys. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And for the time being, stay at home. And we'll see you on the other side. And any support, guys. Make sure you subscribe, comment. I've got lots of videos coming out. I'm doing 3 or 4 videos a day. You can go to gladfish.com/COVID-19, and that's where I'm publishing all those websites. Otherwise, you've got Brett's Property Rants and all around the internet on my social media channels. And fantastic, guys. Have a great day. All right, see you later. Bye.